Welcome to the Self Love Strong podcast. Whether you're setting a goal or just looking to achieve it, this podcast is for you. See, I believe that a positive mindset and a strong sense of purpose are essential to reaching your goals and simply living a healthy and fulfilling life. Join me as we dive into setting yourself up to succeed as you work towards your goals. Get ready to unleash your inner power, embrace your purpose, and move positively as you achieve your goal like never before. Let's get started on this journey together. Hey, friends. Hey, this is Sam, outdoor group fitness trainer and nutrition coach in the Round Rock area. Guys, I'm super excited for you guys. I'm excited and thankful. I'm thankful not only for the opportunity to speak with you today, but more so thankful that we're entering into a new month. Yes, February 1st, the first day of the new month. And my wish for you is that you're still chasing after those goals that you set in the beginning of this year. And today, I really want to talk about exactly that because did you set yourself up to succeed? Because I ran into a quote this past week and I want to share it with you because we do have a framework today. But our quote says success is 1% planning and 99% taking action. So I know there's a glitz and the glamour of every new year as we step into that new year. Everybody's really setting those goals. And I want you to think about your goal. I want you to think about what you set out to do this past month and ask yourself, was plan 1% of the success that I had this past month? Or was it that I flip flopped? Or was I 99% taking action when it came to the thing I was looking to achieve? Or was it 99% planning and 1% taking action? Because I believe if you want this month to look different from the last month, things are going to have to change. Not only the percentages are going to have to change, but the things are going to have to change. Because you can't get the change you're looking for doing the exact same thing, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the exact same thing, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So I really want you to think about that when it came to the plan, the success you were desiring in that last month. It really is going to come down to did you take action? Because I believe if you want this month, like I said, to be different from the last month, you're really going to have to figure that out for yourself. Because with that quote, like that quote said, with success being 1% plan and 99% taking action, what is your answer to that question? Did you take the action necessary or did you plan? Did the plan take up most of the time and the action, was it flip flop? Were you 99% planning last month and 1% taking action? Because now it's time, I believe, in the second month of the year is more so than ever, is to start taking inventory and really taking inventory of the things that aren't working anymore. Not really taking inventory of the things that are working. I'm talking about taking the things that didn't work and not bringing in. Because it's really easy. I find myself many times wanting to hold on to the same thing, thinking that it's going to have a chance, thinking that things are going to change. But I believe nothing changes until you change. And it really, like we're talking about with 1% of success being the plan and 99% taking action, if you're taking the wrong action and you have a little bit of plan, you're not going to get that moving forward, right? Is anything going to change? Do you expect anything to change? Like I found myself this past month, I took inventory. I really, and this is the power of having that plan is because it's able to track things. I was looking at this action that I was doing for my business and realizing that, hey, it's not working anymore. Now I could sit here and do, this action, but it's not really reaping the results. And I know many times people will say, well, hold on, it's just only been a month, but it was a month of not getting the result. Now, if anything has to change, it's going to be what I do. What the next steps are going to have to change if I'm looking for a new result. So we're going to we're going to go right into our framework. And our framework, give yourself a little paper here. We're going to have a little SET. And our first S stands for success. Are you setting yourself up for succeeding? To succeed? Do you have a plan? And have you taken action? Because the power and the change that you're desiring is in the actions that you take and the risks that you take. Because with plan being 1% of the success and 99% action, you need to have the action plan. I believe that you need an action plan. Not a plan of the long road, isn't it? A plan of how to take action. What is my next step that's going to set me up for success? Because if success is something you desire, you gotta have to take the actions to achieve it. Realizing that the plan is not alone. Many times you're looking at your plan. I was thinking the plan wasn't working. And I think the best thing about having that plan is that if you don't work the plan won't work. So the only reason I know that this plan is not going to work is because I worked it. So I want you to ask yourself, is the results that I got this past month, I mean, not maybe it wasn't the plan. Maybe when I look at that percentage and I realize I was spending 99% on the plan and 1% taking action, expecting a different result, realizing that the real change comes from taking action, maybe it's not the plan. Maybe the downfall was the not taking action. Because I believe the results will change when the action changes. See, you won't get the change that you're looking for if you don't have the action to back it up. So maybe we're always searching for the new plan, but not taking the action that it demands to get the change that we're looking to achieve. As we enter into this second month with success being the goal by the end of the year, I need you to start looking at your actions. Are your actions lining up to the plan? Because I believe with that plan being 1% of the equation and 99% of it, the action is going to be the change, it really helps you know the end game. Because if you're taking the action 99% of the time and you have the plan and the plan's not working, that's when you change it. Like me, I worked the plan. Nothing changed. I did the action. Nothing changed. It was 99% action, 1% plan. Nothing changed. But that was good because now I knew it wasn't my action, it was the plan. Because I believe at this many times as you enter into the second month, many people are like, I set this plan, I didn't take the right action, and then they're wondering why nothing happened. And then you lose the motivation because I'm motivated because even though I failed, I know what didn't work. Does that make sense? Even though I didn't get the result I desired, I learned. Even though things didn't go my way and I took, but despite the action, despite the plan, I know one thing that I'm not going to bring this next month. So I need you to identify this right here, knowing that my key to success is that 1% plan, that 99% action. What is something that maybe I took action on and it didn't give me it didn't even plant the roots that could have been soiled in that time. Didn't happen. We need to identify that. And then we're going to get into the E of our SET. Is we're going to talk about your environment. Yes, yes, yes. I'm talking about if success is the seed, it won't grow if it's in the wrong environment. And what I want that to sink in, yes, if success is the seed, if you plant it in the wrong environment, it won't succeed. So if you were to plant a seed for a tree in the wrong soil, it wouldn't grow. And I want to talk about your goal. Are you in an environment where you can grow Are you in an environment where nobody knows? Because I found myself many times in the wrong environment seeking to grow when the soil wasn't right. Maybe you're like, Sam, I set some fitness goals to, really make fitness a priority, but I planted my soil into a gym where I don't feel supported. I planted my fitness goals into a place where I don't have any connection. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any support. I don't have anybody cheering me on. And you're wondering why it's so hard, why you're unmotivated, and why you don't want to show up. Maybe you set some goals to have a better relationship with your spouse, with a better relationship in friendships, but you're hanging out with people that don't have good relationships with their spouse. You're hanging out with people who don't have meaningful friendships. And you're wondering why you don't feel motivated, why nothing's changed, why things are falling apart around you. I want you to ask yourself that. What is my environment? And is my environment going to help me succeed? Or is it just going to, is my environment going to allow me to grow? That's the question. Because the seed is just as important as the soil. The seed is of success in working the plan. But if you plant yourself in the wrong environment, it's going to be hard to grow. You're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be inspired to change. You're not going to be challenged in the way that you need. You're not going to have that support system. When times get tough, it's going to be really tough when you're in the wrong environment. You're not going to be watered in the wrong environment. You're not going to grow in the wrong environment. You're not going to find support in the wrong environment. And I really want you to talk about yes, your environment matters. And if you can't find it, build it. Build it. Build the environment you need to succeed, but you can't grow in those environments if it's just not right. And we're gonna go into my T. So once you figured out that 1% plan and 99% action is my key to success, which is the seed of success, and now that I've planted myself in the right environment, you get T. That's where the real transformation lies, is when success and the right environment meet. That's where real transformation happens. Because I know I was entering into this new year ready to, like, man, I want to transform my life. I want to transform the way I see this world. I want to transform my impact. I want to transform every aspect of my life. But I was missing the right environment. And I was wondering why my goal was never going forward, why I never felt motivated, why I never felt supported, and why it never grew. And I'm not necessarily saying you're always going to have support, but I'm going to tell you it's a lot easier when you're in the right soil. It's a lot easier when you're in the right community. It's a lot easier when you're in the right spot because it's really hard to dig deep when it's concrete, when the soil is shallow and there's nothing but rock. It's hard to push through the barriers when there's no give room. There's no room for give, right? So I want you to think about that. Now that I've set my plan at the beginning of that year and I'm starting to take 99% work, I'm doing the work. Am I planted in that right environment to grow? Are you planted? Are you planning yourself to succeed? Are you planning to succeed? Because you know you're willing to have the plan and do the work. Are you planning yourself to succeed in the environment as well? And realize that as you make success a priority by taking action, as you plant yourself in the right environments, you unlock the transformation that you're looking to desire. I'm super thankful for you here, friends. Hey, I want to, yes, like I was talking about, a community to support you through challenges, to support you through the pains, a community to not only lift you up, but hold you up when you need it. I have built a community. It's called the Self Love Strong Facebook group. It's free, and I would love for you to be a part of it. I want to build something, not only a safe space to encourage each other, a safe space to grow, but to let you know that during the process, during the pain, I can choose my attitude and I can also love myself. I can love myself through the process. I can love myself to my next success. I'm super thankful for you guys. Hey, let's not only enter into this next month realizing that I need to take action. It's not just about the plan, it's about taking action. But make this a month where you find the right environment to grow. Because when you unlock that, you unleash your transformation. I'm excited for you guys. And remember to keep moving positively, powerfully, and purposefully toward your goals.